We earn money, save money and buy things. Living beyond the economic cycle is impossible. What trends are dictated by world markets and how does it affect consumers? Watch it in People and Economy. In this episode you will know: how much milk does Kazakhstan produce? Who does help domestic farms? And what trends can be observed in the world milk industry? Switching to a healthy lifestyle has become a trend of the 21st century. Therefore, people try to consume more healthy food, including dairy products. According to calculations of experts from IFC and Dairy Network, the consumption of milk all over the world is increasing on the average by 2% annually. They predict that in the nearest decade, the average consumption of milk will reach almost 130 kilograms per person annually. For reference, nowadays this figure does not even exceed 110 liters. About 750 tons of milk is produced in the world annually. The highest consumption level, 306 kilograms per person annually, is in Europe. Residents of CIS countries eat from 250 to 320 kilograms of dairy products. In the US, this figure reaches 270 kilograms. People in Asia eat less dairy foods, from 70 to 130 kilograms. The lowest consumption level of milk, less than 60 kilograms, is in South Africa. The absolute leader in milk consumption is New Zealand, with more than 600 kilograms of dairy products per capita annually. Kazakhstan is included into the world's top 5 milk-consuming states. Consumption of dairy products in the country reaches 250 kilograms per person. There are more than 6,000 farms, which annually produce more than 5 million tons of milk. We produce all types of dairy products. Another question is that we process only 1.5 to 2 million tons of milk. However, according to the statistics, our country produces more than 5 million tons of milk. The problem is that we cannot process all the milk produced by farms for a number of reasons. Because of its quality, due to some logistical problems, and so on. Because of that, we import another 1.5 million tons of this product. 80% of milk in Kazakhstan is produced by subsidiary farms, 4% by major enterprises, and the remaining 16% by peasant households. Ardag has been breeding milk cows for more than 5 years. At the beginning, he had only 5 animals, but in 2012 he decided to expand his household. Every effort was made to boost the business. His friends and relatives helped him. Therefore, in 2012, we opened a private enterprise and started to work very hard. Thanks to assistance of my relatives, we increased our livestock from 5 to 60 cows. Currently, we have 30 young cows who are expected to bring forth young next year. Still, it was not without this state assistance. Ardag bought most of animals thanks to the financing of the Agrarian Credit Corporation. Boosting the farm was accompanied with additional challenges. As a result, a need emerged to employ workers from the neighboring village. Nowadays, 10 people work at Ardag's farm. Their main objective is to produce ecologically clean products. Ardag says that he delivers milk from his farm to large production companies. Therefore, the quality of his products should answer all necessary requirements. In order to grow good cows and receive from them high-quality milk, you have to take special care of them and conduct regular veterinary checkups. This is cost-intensive. Moreover, you have to vaccinate your animals and ensure them a balanced diet. Ardag is confident that despite all the difficulties, he will never be out of a job because dairy products constitute a considerable part of the diet of each citizen of the country. In the future, Ardag plans to continue expanding his farm and manufacture his own dairy products. Currently, we cooperate with the Agrarian Credit Corporation. We have collected all necessary documents to obtain credit. After that, I'm going to buy more pedigree cows. In addition, we want to open our butter-making plant and a firm that will produce dairy foods. After having constructed a plant, we shall provide with jobs not only ourselves, but other villagers. This is my principal objective.
Егер завод ашылған жағдайда, осы ауылда, мінекей жақын жердегі тұратын адамдарға бұл жерде жұмыс орны да көбейер еді.
Producers from Kazakhstan satisfy the local demand for milk and dairy products by almost 90%. However, the situation with cheese is different, that more than 50% is imported.
Допустим, по сыру мы импортозависимы.
For example, we depend on imports of cheese by 60%. The problem is that Kazakhstan produces too little milk suitable for cheese making. Cheese manufacture requires milk of very high quality and rich in proteins. The country lacks such products because about 80% of subsidiary households produce milk which is unsuitable for cheese production. For instance, you can make butter from any type of milk. However, for cheese production, special milk is required. Most of people of Kazakhstan give preference to domestic dairy products. It is a fact that domestically produced milk, ice cream or sour cream are much more eco-friendly than imported equivalents, and their price as a rule is lower. Notably, milk price depends on many factors. It is formed from fodder cost, workers' salaries, fuel price and utility services payments. Package and logistical costs also influence the product price. To bring down the final cost of products and reduce imports, some farmers fall back on usage of powder milk. It forms part of yogurts, ice creams and baby foods which account for more than 10% in the market of Kazakhstan. To make their products cheaper, some manufacturers use vegetable oils. Cheese, sour cream or butter with such components should have a special mark on their packages. They should also have names as sour cream product, cheese product or spread.
Сырный продукт – это
Cheese products are food products where vegetable oil is partially used as a substitute of animal fat. This makes cheese cheaper. Because of that, some producers do this. This is also permitted by special regulations. The only question is that such products should have special marks on their packages in order not to cheat consumers. For example, spread is the same butter, which consists by 50% of vegetable oils and by 50% of animal fats. Of course, this proportion may vary.
Это должно быть все на маркировке отражено, и покупатель должен знать.
Whole milk, especially within the first 2 to 3 hours, is considered as the healthiest milk. And whereas treating yourself with this type of product is quite easy, doing this in a city is almost impossible. Due to the short storage period and saturation with various bacteria, milk is subjected to thermal treatment. However, this not only increases its shelf life, but sometimes makes it less healthy. Therefore, to protect ourselves, experts recommend us to buy ultra-pasteurized products. They can be stored up to 6 months, but only in closed packs. Shelf life of milk depends on the type of package. Pasteurized milk in polythene bags can be used within 24 hours after opening. The storage time of opened milk in bricks is a bit longer. Tetra Paks consist of 6 layers. They are airproof and fully protect food products against light. For the moment, the main task set before the state and farmers is to provide the market with domestically produced milk by 100% and boost production of dairy products such as cheese and cottage cheese. Therefore, several funds have been established in Kazakhstan. They develop programs focused on backing of local farmers and manufacturers. For example, since this September, the Agrarian Credit Corporation started to finance purchasing of machines and equipment necessary for the agricultural sector. These measures will help farmers to obtain easy term credits at a rate of 5.5% for a period of up to 5 years.
У нас есть программа из национального фонда, это на возведение молокотоварных ферм крупных.
We have a program developed by the National Fund and focused on the construction of large milk farms for medium-sized and large enterprises. The minimum loan amount is 50 million tenge at a rate of 5.5% for a period of up to 10 years. For small and medium-sized businesses, we offer financing on the part of microfinancing institutions, credit associations, as well as by means of some programs developed by our organization.
Кредитных товариществ и также есть за счет наших коммерческих денег определенные программы.
Along with easy term loans, entrepreneurs specializing in production of dairy foods are also offered consultations and even taught financial literacy.
Со своей стороны, как финансовый институт,
For our part, as a financial institution, we teach entrepreneurs financial literacy. For instance, a credit manager, after giving a loan, should monitor this business and its credit repayment plan, as well as obtain information whether it is profitable or not. There are also such concepts as cross-checking and financial analysis. Thus, our credit managers are capable of conducting financial analysis and finding out how a business is developing a year after.
бизнес развивается.
Investors also send millions of dollars for this purpose, and the state is creating comfortable conditions for them. For instance, they are exempt from corporate income and land taxes for a period of 10 years and from a property tax for a period of up to 8 years. Investors in turn bring to the country new technologies and subsidize the construction of farms.
Если говорить о переработке, то вот те программы, которые были предусмотрены.
We have special state programs focused on the processing industry, and they really work. Currently, our enterprises are well equipped and manufacture good products which answer international standards.
Имеет хорошее качество выпускаемой продукции, хорошее оборудование, которое отвечает и требованиям сегодняшнего дня, и международным стандартам.
All these support measures in the form of education, easy term loans, subsidies and investments resulted in flourishing of so-called family farms where livestock amounts to 100 heads. Experts have calculated that such households allow to increase milk output by 1 million tons within 5 years. According to economists, such measures have helped to reduce import of dairy products 5 times and ensured more than $47 million of budget savings. However, farmers are not going to rest on their laurels.
Главными нашими экспортерами по-прежнему остаются наши соседи по таможенному союзу, Россия и
Our
Беларусь.
key exporters are still our neighbors by the customs union. The price of milk produced by large households is lower than its purchase price. It is also competitive due to the big amount and proximity of boundaries.
И Россия за счет объемов, за счет близких границ.
India is considered one of the world's top milk producers. The country produces 110 million tons of milk annually. Experts expect that in 8 years this figure can reach 200 million. This not only allows to satisfy local demands, but to join international markets. Dairy plants and farms provide with jobs more than 15 million people. Asian countries had the list of milk consumers. People in that region drink 40% of all milk produced all over the world. Moreover, over the last 5 years, consumption of dairy products in China increased 2 times. In the meantime, the so-called anti-stress milk is becoming very popular in Japan, even despite the fact that it is several times more expensive than usual milk. The reason for that is melatonin, a hormone added into the depressant beverage. It positively affects the nervous system and brain function in humans. Europe produces a record amount of milk, or more than 150 million tons annually. The largest dairy plants are located in Germany and Sweden. Denmark is one of the top 3 milk producers. The country is also called the Europe's dairy farm. It produces about 10% of all milk in the world. In addition, Denmark exports its cheeses and other products to all parts of the world. The requirements to food products have also changed. Thus, many people in all parts of the world now prefer fruit whey instead of kefir, and cheese snacks instead of convenient cheeses. Nowadays, flavored milk is the most popular milk beverage in the world. Its range consists of tens of flavors, from standard vanilla and chocolate to coffee and green tea. The most in-demand packages are 250 milliliters and 0.5 liters. Sweet and transparent juice produced by birch trees is known to people throughout the world. Many of us also heard the information about trees in Brazil which generate diesel fuel. And some people from the Amazon basin extract thick white liquid from Soavera trees which tastes like a usual milk. Local population dilutes this juice with water and then boils it. As a result, they get an edible milk equivalent.